you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. So I just got back from grocery shopping and letting the dogs out, and wanted to do a little pup date for you guys. Puppies are just getting so big. They're looking really good, looking pretty happy. Looking like little chunky butts. Everybody looks very well fed. I've noticed some changes in size. We had the brindle female, I think, has taken third place in size now. There's a red female that has gotten quite large recently. The dogs are in there crying because they can hear me filming, and as usual, when they hear me say my intro, they start hollering. So you can see here the poop I was talking about. Blondie really isn't the best about keeping them clean. But these pine shavings should help kind of dry it up and flake it off. I could wash them off, but the reality is that I would be washing them constantly, and I'm not even sure that the constant cooling down of the water, you know what I mean, would honestly be very good for them. So you know, I think that this these new shavings should help. So kind of give it a rub there. Hold on one sec. Okay, had to holler at my dogs to be quiet. So, anyway, they like to throw a tantrum. I think they're all ticked off that they're still put up. But the reality is that they need to be, not just because of the puppies, but I've been having a problem with vaginitis in my dogs. I don't know where it's coming from. There is multiple forms of it. One of them is viral. Good Lord. It wouldn't be a pup date without a fart from Blondie, would it? But anyway, so I have a breeder friend of mine who has dealt with it before, and basically he lives in South Carolina, and he was able to get a prescription from his vet to do his whole kennel. You know, he just literally hit everybody with antibiotics, and he was done with it. The vets here will not do that. They want to see every single dog, diagnose every single dog, and then issue the antibiotics. And that is extremely expensive. Probably about as much as I paid on Cashmere's one testing. And so it's just something that I'm going to have to do. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I eliminate all other causes or anything like what could be it or whatever. I don't know. What I do know is that I have a large property, and even though I do try to pick up all the poop, it's impossible for me to get all of it because, like I said, it's a large piece of property. And when they run around like crazy like they do, I think it's inevitable that they do step in some. I don't think that it's a lot, because if it was a lot, it would be tracking through the house, and it's not. But that's really the only thing that I can think of, to be honest with you. And so what I've done is I put in an order for some rocks today. It's supposed to be a little bit smaller than pea gravel. And then I also contacted the guy who built my porches and about putting up a fence in the back area of my house, basically to fence off the back of my house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that gravel out there, put the fence up, and I'm going to create an area where they can go to the bathroom. I can make sure it's cleaned up, and then I can go out there once a week and spray it down with some sanitizer, some bleach, or whatever, to really kind of create a very like confined kind of quarantined area for me to be sure that I am having everything squared away. And then what I'm also going to do is make sure that everybody has their own feed bowl. Like right now, I have, feed bowls, and when one is done, I grab it, fill it up, give it to a different dog. And so basically what I'm going to have to do is everybody gets their own water bowl. Everybody gets their own food bowl. Everybody stays in their own kennel. I'm going to make sure that already the kennels stay clean. To be perfectly honest with you, none of them go to the bathroom in their kennel except for Atari sometimes. So it's not an unsanitary area, but I am just really making sure that I go in there and I mop it out, like just the bars of it with a bleach solution, just in case they did track something in on their feet. Really just going above and beyond to make sure that I'm creating a very sterile environment so that I can kind of knock this out, because I really don't know what it is. And honestly, I don't even know what causes it. I've looked into it, but unfortunately, there just isn't a lot of information on it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's covered as a condition, but there's not many studies, in fact, none that I have found on large kennel operations, how it comes about, how it is, like what the bacteria actually is that's causing it, where that stems from, is it like there's different varieties of it. I know that, like females that have not had a heat yet, they are known to have it, but that oftentimes resolves itself, versus what they say like viral, which is where it gets passed on from dog to dog. What I find interesting, I also think I need to treat my males, because the weird thing is it's like, so the first dog I ever saw with it was Cashmere. So we treated that. And then I remember that Liberty had it, in fact, quite poorly whenever she was young. And I had to medicate her for it, which is not, it's not, I want to be very clear, it has nothing to do with the breeder. This is literally just something that they get. So treated her. And then I noticed that Belladonna had it, but it kind of resolved itself, so I didn't treat her. Velocity's never had it before until she was bred. Then she had it, so I treated her. And then Blondie had never had it before until she got pregnant. Treated her, except hers didn't go away through the whole pregnancy. I had to treat her through the whole pregnancy. And then what else? I think like maybe two times with Cashmere, I didn't have to treat her. It actually, if I recall, it started here. I remember it the first time that Cashmere got it, it started here. So, two out of her pregnancies, she's had to be treated for it. And then now Belladonna has it again. Cashmere has it again. And so I don't know if they're passing it to each other or what's going on. I do know that that's a possibility if it is the viral type. So I just want to kind of really lock everything down and create a sanitary environment to get this squared away, because while it isn't necessarily a problem for for the dogs that don't have any puppies or anything like that, it can resolve itself. It is a problem for females that are pregnant. And so I really do need to get a hold of it. I'm not trying to stick my dogs on antibiotics every time they're pregnant. It's just not healthy. I would like to just get this squared away. But what that does mean is that I can't really do pack videos right now. I would like to think that once I get this sorted, it won't be a problem, because I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I was like, honestly, there are people that keep their dogs together. People that have like hunting dogs, when they hunt in packs, they're around each other. Beagles, coonhounds, people that have herding dogs. Like there's all kinds of situations where Atari, quiet down. She's wild. So anyway, it sounds like she's fighting, but she's not. She's just all hype up. What I call turned. She's turned up. But anyway, so I would like to think that once I get this sorted, that it won't be a problem, but I don't really know what it is yet. I don't know if it's just something on my property, because I will say that I don't remember it happening until we moved here. So I really don't know what's going on, but I do want to get it sorted. I'm going to contact A&M A&M is a she's all about it today. Is a they have a kind of veterinary science division. I think that whenever I paid a lot for Cashmere's testing, it got sent to them. And I'm wondering if maybe there's somebody that I can contact there that wouldn't even be interested. Maybe they might be interested in my kennel and like maybe even doing a study on it or something like that. I don't know, but I would like to think that it would be interesting to somebody to try to figure out the source of it. I would like to get some swabs and swab all my dogs and really kind of narrow down on what the bacteria is specifically, where it comes from, how to treat it, how to prevent it. Am I just dealing with an individual dog that is prone to it, that is catching it and then spreading it? And therefore, that individual may need to be removed from my program? Or is it that, like, one of the things is that these dogs can have what's called a recessed vulva, meaning that the tip of the vulva, there's like a little, good Lord, Blondie, excuse you. There's like a little tip right there. You see that little pointy part there. That in a dog that's had puppies, listen to that. Listen to Atari. She's wild. So anyway, in one of these dogs that hasn't been bred, the vulva is recessed, and whenever they go to the bathroom, because it's like up in there, it can actually be an area where bacteria can flourish. Kind of like the reason why we, or the proposed reason why we circumcise. Okay, it's supposed to be like cleaner, and that's why is supposed to prevent bacteria. So I don't know if I need to just start literally like cleaning my females every time they go outside. I don't know yet. There's so many factors, so many things that I'm looking at that I'm trying to figure it out. So just bear with me. What I'm going to try to do for you guys in the meantime is I'm going to actually start going back to the dog park. Now, I don't think I'm going to take any of my dogs there because I also don't want to expose them to any type of illnesses from there. But what I will do is probably take my camera, maybe take a long lens and film and show you guys behavior from there. Like, just new stuff and really kind of talk about some stuff in that way until I can figure out what's going on with my dogs, because I just don't know right now. Hopefully, I'll be able to reintroduce everybody back together again and it won't be a problem. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to figure out what's going on. So I have 2 vets that I work with already. I recently got sent. All right. Stop it, Atari. Good Lord. She's put up with Giovanni, and they are always fighting. Not for real fighting, play fighting, but Atari is so loud and crazy. Anyway, sorry for anyone's ears when I'm yelling in your ears. I try to pause normally, but it's just a bit much. So that's where I'm at on this. Like I said, I've got my 2 vets that I work with, and then I have another vet that I got sent the information of. Apparently, he's also a breeder of South African Mastiffs, and he does house calls. So that guy might be my guy. That one might be the person that I need to talk to. It's a weekend, so I need to wait until Monday. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm thinking. I don't really want to have to treat Cashmere if I don't have to right now. The last thing I want to do, I've been giving her probiotics. She hasn't had any issues of throwing up since Monday. I really don't want to introduce antibiotics into her if I don't have to. So I want to speak to him first. Wow. Really kind of get an idea of what he thinks and kind of move from there. So anyway, I'm going to end this before I have to get back on to Atari and them. And then, I hope you guys are having a great day. Like I said, sorry for yelling into here, but they don't listen unless I holler at them. So, Atari, quit. She's wild, y'all. She's wild. I'm not playing. That is a wild dog. She's turned. Anyway, all right, y'all. Well, I'm going to talk to you later, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.